Hello gamers from around the world, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany with a tech-focused video on the latest update on next-gen, or should we say now current-gen graphics. Graphics in games are always a super interesting topic to discuss, and today we actually talk about multiple topics regarding next-gen graphics. And the first is definitely the latest Unreal Engine demo for facial animations and graphics, and what it means for the upcoming games. Then we talk about the first Xbox event in 2021 that has been announced, which won't be a games showcase but a tech-focused event, and we discuss the latest rumors and leaks of big graphic enhancements coming to back-compat games on the Xbox. But before we go through all of that, I want to ask you for a favor. If you watch this video and end up enjoying yourself, then please consider to hit the like and subscribe button, and maybe even turn on the notification bell to not miss out on future content. This does not cost you anything, but it helps my channel more than you think, and I would really appreciate your support. But now let's have a look on the latest engine demo from the Unreal Engine. By the way, as always, you can find the link to the sources I used in this video in the description down below. Now, the Unreal Engine 5 has been in discussion ever since its original reveal during the Summer Games event from Jeff Keighley in 2020. The Unreal Engine is probably the most popular engine around, and for good reason. It is easy to use, has a lot of developer-friendly tools, is super powerful, and by the way, if you don't make more than $3,000 revenue per quarter with your game, you don't even have to pay for the engine. So that's why we see a lot of smaller and AAA games using the Unreal Engine, and one of the biggest customers of Epic's engine are definitely the Xbox game studios. Now, just a few days ago, Epic uploaded an engine demo for facial and hair animation. They have created a tool in the Unreal Engine that they call the Metahuman creator. As you can see in this footage here, the tool allows developers to easily build up character faces, hairs, and so on, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I've been saying it for a while that probably the biggest step in video game graphics outside of ray tracing is definitely going to be the animation work, especially when it comes to faces. We have today a ton of games that have more or less photorealistic environments, but as soon as you see a human being on screen, you usually can tell that that's a video game. We have made over the last years a lot of progress. For instance, The Last of Us 2 really had amazing animation work, which is probably benched right now, but you still could tell definitely that these are video game characters. Now, we know that a ton of other engines are also working on facial animations. For instance, EA has teased that they update their Frostbite engine for next gen and are working on lifelike facial expressions. My guess here would be that the first big showcase for that technology will be the rumored Battlefield game end of this year. But coming back to the Unreal Engine, why is this so interesting? Well, we know that not only a ton of third-party studios are using the Unreal Engine, and we will get to play it in a bunch of games in the next years. But like I said before, we also know that probably the biggest customer for the Unreal Engine are the Xbox game studios. We know that probably more than half of the 23 Xbox studios are using the Unreal Engine in their game. We also know that with the coalition, Microsoft has a studio that really masters the art of Unreal, and we know that all these studios are now sharing the technology. Let me give you an example. Just recently, Ninja Theory, developers of the upcoming Hellblade 2 and Project Mara, gave a tease of the technology that they are using in the Unreal Engine to make photorealistic graphics for the upcoming Project Mara. They also teased with a recent screenshot for Hellblade 2 a lighting experiment that was rendered in engine. And I mean, look at it, it looks gorgeous, and when you remember the trailer for Hellblade 2, everyone was surprised by the incredible facial animations that they have used in that in-engine trailer. So good stuff here, my friends, and I bet we will see a lot more in action very soon. Speaking of which, Microsoft has announced their first gaming event in 2021. Well, actually, it's not a gaming event per se, it's more a developer conference. They have announced their AI in-gaming research summit, which will take place on February 23rd and 24th. And even though it's not a game showcase, they have big guests. For instance, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox himself, will give a talk about the usage of AI in gaming and a couple of other things. And that definitely has me excited, because I expect to learn a lot more about machine learning, AMD's version of DLSS. This technology was introduced from Nvidia on their graphic cards and has so much potential that is not utilized in gaming yet. But we know that the Xbox Series X and S support that on a hardware level, and machine learning has so much potential, and I do hope we learn more what we can expect in the next years. One of the things machine learning can do is, for instance, increasing the resolution of textures and therefore saving a lot of resources that can be used for other things. Here is, for instance, one image that has been upresed with machine machine learning, and you can see that it really does wonders. But outside of the increase of resolution, machine learning has so much more potential when it comes, for instance, to AI of characters, physics or lighting. So whatever we will learn at the Game Summit event end of February, be sure to stay tuned to my channel. I will definitely break it down in understandable words, whatever will be announced. Now I know that some are dismissing machine learning as a technique that is only interesting for older games. I have heard phrases like, well, that's a technique for backcompat, but rest assured, DLSS on Nvidia cards is a game changer, and AMD's version of it, called machine learning, has so much potential. Since the RDNA 2 graphic cards are only out for what now, 2 or 3 months, just like the consoles, we haven't really seen much of RDNA 2 in action, but a recent benchmark from video cards has shown a lot of potential for the RDNA 2 architecture after the latest DirectX 12 driver update. And yeah, that's a PC benchmark, but guess what the Xbox Series consoles are using? Exactly, DirectX 12 and RDNA 2, so good things are coming, guys. Okay, but if you are interested in playing older games or backward compatible games on your Xbox Series consoles, I have good news for you. Multiple teases and leaks on Reset Era, Twitter and other channels have reported that either on 17th or 18th of February, Microsoft will announce big news on backward compatible games. And since Jason Ronald, the man with the most epic beard in the business, aka the head of Xbox Program Management, recently teased in a podcast with Major Nelson that big news on backward compatibility is coming soon, it adds up. Still, take this with a grain of salt. There is no legit source for it other than rumors, but it looks like Microsoft is going to announce an increase of frame rates for backward compatible games. This feature might just work like, for instance, Auto HDR, where HDR is added to games that originally did not support it. Now, we really don't know for sure what or how this feature works, but I imagine that a bunch of Xbox One, Xbox 360 and OG Xbox games that did not run at 60 FPS and didn't receive a dedicated patch get a push to these high frame rates. Maybe some games will even run at 120 frames. We will see, but this is definitely a feature that I'm really looking forward to, because we all know that one of the biggest game changers with the next gen or current gen consoles are the high frame rates. The buttersmooth feeling of playing at 60 FPS is just the best thing that happened to console gaming over the last years. So by the time this video is up, it is not long until we get the news if that rumor for February 17th or 18th turns out to be true. And if it's true, be sure that we will talk about it here on this channel. And with that, I want to come to an end of this video. We have seen a great graphic demo from the Unreal Engine. We have the announcement of a tech-focused event end of February where the head of Xbox will give a speech, and we have the rumor that in just a few days we might get big news on backward compatibility on the Xbox. So even though we are in the time of the year where gaming news are rare, we have a ton of things to look forward to, and I can't wait to hopefully get more announcements really soon. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and consider sharing this out to other gamers. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below, what do you say about the latest Unreal Engine demo? Are you excited for the Xbox developer event and backward compatibility announcement? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!